There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saint.
I don't know if they have a picture of what's going on. That's the text to give. You can write a check. You can put cash in. Some people even put gambling chips in the offering plate. I'm not kidding. Because it's really giving not only to his church, it's giving to the Lord. So, Dr. Lynn, would you be a scripture on your heart? Whatever's in your heart, because you're my mentor. Do whatever you want.
The Lord shared with me the word stewardship. You know, Paul the Apostle thought very highly of stewardship. Stewardship of his calling and ministry. Let's pray. Let's believe, God, that our vision will even expand and extend and do more effectively than ever before. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you for the privilege of being part of this great work right here at ICLV.
And the buckets are going to go around the aisles. Go ahead and give as the Lord leads your heart.
All right, man, we in the building. Let's talk. Let's get this done and over with. So we had a weekend. Shout out to Ben Rodriguez. He got the win this weekend. I mean, Puma Martinez was literally outgunned. That's just what it was. He was outgunned. Bam said in the press conference, you know, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Shout out to him for having a child. He said, I'm gonna do what I want to do with him. You know, I want to keep him around, or you know, I want to do, you know, scrub the ground, run him, do the doo-doo brown with him. I'm going to have my way with him. And he did exactly that. And the Argentines are tough. Matias, Madonna, I believe Carlos Monzon, he was, I believe he was Argentine. I could be wrong on that one. I think he was from Argentina. Sorry. I want to make sure I get y'all the right information. So, yeah, he's from Argentina. He's in Argentina. Yeah, wild story. But it's for another day, another time. You know, he did what he did with him. I thought he could have, you know, got Puma Martinez out of there when he felt like it. Like I said, I think he was in there just beating him up. He talked all that shit about knocking Bam Rodriguez out. You know, since people say, all I do is hate on Mexicans, you know, they love it when you piling on a black fighter and you calling them out for their bullshit. But as soon as you start calling Brad out, Hector out, you know, you start calling them out, all of a sudden they get mad. You know, have y'all not like figured out I don't give a fuck? I mean, I don't know if it's, you know, that apparently hard. I really don't care. I don't cater to nobody. I cater to boxing first and foremost. And if I did cater to somebody after that, I cater to my people straight up and down. No different than any other non-black channel. I'm not, you know, Garfield the coke sniffing cat, Tukun the superstar teaming up with a fucking rat and Dominican rat. I don't do that, bro. You know, I align myself with people who going in the direction I'm going with. People say, oh, you pick wrong, and So at least I put a pick out there. I ain't one of these niggas who just throw a pick out here, don't tell you how to get a pick. I really just ain't been feeling boxing, so I'm not putting my all into this stuff regardless. But, you know, shout out to David Benavidez. You know, he got the victory. You know, yeah, shout out to him. But like I said before, I put a pick out here. A lot of people in the comment section ain't put no pick out there. A lot of these YouTubers, I don't pick no pick out there. They say it at the end of the video, in the middle of the video, and say, well, that's a pick. No, nah. Show me your video. You notice a lot of niggas don't make prediction videos. Keep it real. I'm not talking about like Paulie or, you know, Jamil. Shout out to Jamil here. I'm talking about regular YouTube niggas. These niggas make picks. They make picks in the middle of a live stream, in the middle of a video. You know what I'm saying? They don't put a name on it. They don't put a video on it. That's what be killing me. A lot of these fake ass niggas in the comment section, when you write, they gone. They don't be saying nothing. You know, the most, you know, saltiest ass niggas, Boots fans, all them Hispanics that be hating and shit and get mad, you know, all them. Tell y'all fighters to stop being bitches. Hold them accountable. I hold every fighter accountable, black or not black. That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of these Hispanic channels, they don't hold these dudes accountable. You know, a lot of them got mad at Canelo for fighting Berlanga, but they still watched it. Regardless if you paid for it or didn't, you still watched it. Fucking clowns. You can't complain about a problem, you still supporting a problem. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, clowns. You know, people won't be wanting to play a rigged game. If you know the game is rigged for you to lose, why would you continue to play it? You know what I'm saying? So this is my opinion on it. But yeah, all these niggas in the comment section, you drop a link, they don't come on, or they get on and they get schooled. So it ain't too much, nothing different. But yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to Bam. That was a good fight. He outgunned Puma Martinez. So I think he got one more belt to get. He'll be undisputed. I think he's only 26 years old. So really ain't no rush. Yeah, he got one more belt to get, and that's Walla Big Doggo Garcia. So Andrew Maloney hanging around this motherfucker. That's crazy. He's still around. And then, you know, maybe he thinking about going up to bantamweight. You got Antonio Vargas up there. Donaire's a interim WBA title holder to Antonio Vargas' title. Takama Inoue, Christian Medina. So you got some guys up there. Yoshi Takagi. You know, when you get down here, it's all these foreign guys. You know what I'm saying? Foreigners. You never know. You know, a lot of these guys have power. They rough. They rugged. Jason Maloney still hanging in there. You know, so yeah, I mean, we'll see. But, you know, I just don't see nobody really dealing with Bam right now. You know, just technique, speed, power, accuracy, the whole nine. But yeah, man, let's get into it. We had Abdullah Mason, who had a good showing. I felt like should have used the jab. Apparently, people were saying his pops was in the corner, his brother was in the corner telling him to use the jab. He didn't use it. I mean, if he don't use that jab, you know, it's gonna be a long career for him. When he started moving up in weight, that's when you're gonna know how good Abdullah Mason is. He's just so much bigger than everybody else. And, you know, he throws very powerful shots. I mean, they did a great job at some point when he got dropped a few fights ago. They did a great job of getting his head off that line. Sam Noakes, he did it to himself too. Sam Noakes probably could have took that fight had he used the jab. You know, had Sam Noakes used the jab, he probably could have took that fight, you know, and he didn't. That was the difference. Sam, you know, it just became a fight of, you know, who punches was more accurate and effective, and Abdullah Mason had the more effective and flashier and flush shots. If Sam Noakes would have used the jab, you know, I mean, I don't know, you know, why they be paying trainers, because a lot of the trainers give bad advice. Like Sam Noakes should have known this kid got all that height and don't use the jab. Even if he used the jab, common sense tells you, hey, let's use our jab. And if that ain't happening, he comes out and he jabs a lot. Let's prepare to counter the jab. what the fuck do they be doing in camp? That's my thing. What do they be doing in camp? That's what you got to ask yourself. What do they be doing in camp? You know, what do they be doing in camp? Like, what film are they watching to come up with a game plan? So that, you know, if you know you got an opponent in Abdullah Mason who don't like the jab, Sam Noakes, that's all they should have been working on was in camp. Jab, 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 jab. That's what they should have been working on. Jab, doubling up, single power jab, breaking this. You know, you got a guy with all that reach, regardless of, you know, it should have been jab. And Sam Noakes lost this fight because Sam Noakes didn't jab. Abdullah Mason almost lost this fight because Abdullah Mason didn't fucking jab. I mean, you that tall with that reach. I mean, common sense tells you, why would you want to slug it out and give this guy a chance? That's why Noakes was able to close the gap. You know, the jab. Most UK fighters don't know how to slip nothing. And you don't come in and his dad was preaching it to. I mean, my thing is that's all they should have been working on in camp. He could have won this fight with a jab and a hook off the jab. You know, you just think like, what are they doing in camp? And Sam Noakes too, man. The UK, they need to go outsource for teachers, for trainers, coaches. They need some teachers, because you come into this fight, you got a guy with that much reach. He should have came in jabbing. And then if the jab didn't work, we got to be prepared to counter his jab. You see, and I'm going to talk about this real quick, and I'll get back to David Benavidez at Yarde. You see, like, Yarde was landing that one good shot in between Benavidez combinations and stuff of that nature. But what he should have been doing is, after a while, throw 2 or 3 shots or counter him downstairs. One shot, a lot of times, it's not going to do it. When you counter, you see somebody land one really good shot and then they bag up. I mean, Keith Thurman kept doing that shit to, Keith Thurman kept doing that shit to, with Pacquiao. He kept landing a good 1-2, and Jesus Christ, it took him like 7 rounds. It took him 7 rounds to figure out to throw a straight right hand. You damn near had to threaten to kill Keith Thurman, wife and kids, for him to throw a straight right hand versus southpaw, and that's common sense. But when he threw that right hand, he would take a step. He started off with a step or 2 back. He would land that right hand. He'd throw another 1-2. Then after a while, he made the jump. He only take a step back. He'll land another 1-2, pop Pacquiao head back. Then it turned into a half step. It took him so long to figure out, let me throw that 1-2, slide or pivot, and then throw another 2 or throw a hook off the pivot. Like, I just be thinking, it's a lot of skills that's lacking in the sport of boxing. Maybe it's the lack of fights. Maybe it's the deficiency in the teachings. You know, real talk. Because it shouldn't be 2-3 rounds. Since Sam Noakes fight, Sam Noakes should have been jabbing. And I look at a guy that's as big as Abdullah Mason, bro. Like, I don't give, like, what the fuck was you do? He should be disappointed in that performance. Let me say that. He should be disappointed, not because it was a bad performance. When you look at that film, bro, you had so much size and height over this guy. Throw a fucking jab. You know, you went 12 and you needed that experience. You need that experience. But had you used the jab, man, dude, you could have stabbed to the body with a right, man. He could have did so much more. And it is what it is, man. The fighters of the day are just not that good. You know, it's the same thing where they talk about it's the same thing when they talk about it's the same thing when they talk about 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 when they tal the athletes of the day are better than you. Don't know they not. The athletes of the day, today suck. They can't even be healthy. These fighters today can't even fight more than 2 times a year. They talking about, I'm tired. Or what the fuck you mean? Sugar Ray Robinson got over 100 fights. And yet alone, right? They do hundreds of rounds of sparring throughout, through each camp. When guess what? Instead of doing 100 rounds of sparring, you do an 8-week camp. Man, you probably need 50, 60 rounds of sparring, if that. But they prefer to lead their best version of themselves in the gym. And then when you fight once or twice a year, the camps become a fat camp. Let me lose weight. How can you lose weight, work on strategy, and get better? That's the thing about camp. These niggas got to lose a bunch of weight, right? They got to come up with a strategy mathematically, and then you got to get better. Them the 3 main phases of a camp that I can think of. They not getting better, and the obviously, and we seeing the strategies ain't strategizing. The strategies ain't strategizing. We see that now. So you're not getting better. Your strategies suck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's the $1 million question. What are we doing? That to me, I was very disappointed in both of these fighters. Honestly, I was very disappointed. There was a lot of meat left on the bone for both of these guys. And if Abdullah Mason don't learn the jab, he fooled. He is absolutely fooled. If he don't learn to master the jab, he ain't gonna last long if he step up and wait. This kid ain't gonna last long. He gonna have a Fernando Vargas in it. That's no disrespect. He ain't gonna last long. He gonna start fighting guys that's just as big, this is long, no diddy. They gonna knock him out. I'm telling you. He got to learn to use that jab. His defense is getting better. When he didn't want to get hit, he moved his head up. But if he don't learn the jab, man, it's gonna be the biggest. He's gonna be the biggest what if story if he don't learn the jab. When you jab, you don't gotta worry about this shit happening. Because he ain't gonna be that close to be able. He shouldn't even be that close to you with the athletic ability that he got, with the speed and the power. He shouldn't even been that close to you. But just like most Hispanic fighters, they just prefer to throw fucking hooks. They prefer to throw hooks. When this all you had to do right here. Shoot that long right jab. You could have put that 2 right on his button. But these niggas love hooks. They love the hook. That boy shouldn't even be that close to him, bro. That boy shouldn't. The fight shouldn't even get this close unless it's a clinch. It shouldn't even get that close. He shouldn't even be that. He shouldn't be able to touch you, bro. He shouldn't even be able to touch you. But hold on.
Fighters, they're like, yo, after watching that, they actually want to see your son and him even more. I mean, what do you think? Do you feel like that's how people feel?
That ain't what Turkey feel. You see how he was getting up panicking? Oh, they was scared. They was like, that was a bad investment. They had to give him that belt. Come on now. Sam won that fight. It was close, but Sam won that fight.
Sam won the fight?
To me, I got to go back and count everything, but I believe Sam won that fight. It was that close. It wasn't no 117, 111. The other ones had it 115, 113, but they was going to lean towards their guy. That's the only reason Mason won is because that's their guy. He was going to win anyway unless you knock him out in Saudi Arabia after they spent all that money. They're not going to throw away that investment.
Fighters, they're like, yo.
So, what he said, there was some truth there, but you can't really, and sometimes we get into the trap of saying this, we can't really say, oh, it was a robbery or, if you didn't score the fight. That was Floyd Schofield Sr. You can't really say it's a robbery if you didn't score it. How can you say he got robbed? Oh, Noakes won the fight, but it was close, but I got to go back and score. Like, huh? That doesn't make any sense. So in my humble opinion, his opinion there was really null and void. But what he did say was a close fight. And what he also did say, Abdullah Mason is their guy. They made an investment into him. So I would agree with that. I would agree with that. He was probably going to lean towards him winning regardless. Was it 117 or was 111 or 116? No. It was a competitive fight. He did drop him. You know what I'm saying? I believe he did drop him. Hurt his eye. I think it was more of the eye was more of a headbutt. But I mean, for Mason, it's a lot to be desired. It's a lot of untapped potential in there. Oh, he didn't drop him. I feel like he dropped him. Why I feel like he dropped him? I feel like he dropped him, but maybe he didn't. He busted his eye or something. But yeah, and Sam Noakes, I don't know how good Sam Noakes is, to be honest with you. I looked at the resume. Who the fuck did he fight? So when you go to the landscape of this division, Davis, I'm not gonna give a fuck about him. Mortella's fighting Cruz. He's probably about to get killed. Stevenson going up. Schofield, maybe you can get that belt. I mean, Jose Venezuela still kind of popped up down. I don't think he competing there. Gabriel Flores, really ain't no killers here. Ain't no killers in this division for that out of the guys that I know. I think Andy Cruz and Shakur might be the best. Maybe Mortella can thug it out with and out aggressive Andy Cruz, but he probably gonna lose that fight. So really boil down to Cruz, Stevenson, and Mason. And I don't think Mason is ready for Cruz or Stevenson yet. So it is what it is. But for the most part, I see my brother Albert Bell down there. Shout out to my Midwestern brother. He caused some problems. But honestly, man, he left a lot to be desired. But it was his first world championship fight. So at least he was getting the right instructions. Black Jericho, salute. Chuck, what it do? He said exactly. Benavidez was ducking better BF. And that's why he was talking about Zerto back when Morrell fight was leading up to it, but nobody keep it a buck. Also, better BF just called them out. Yeah, shit, Mexicans can duck all they want to. They people gonna be on code. They be on code with the fuck shit. Just like a lot of these black fighters, they be on code with the fuck black shit, the fuck Mexican shit. That's the difference. We don't like give our people the benefit of the doubt. If you're gonna play that game, at least give your people the benefit. Our Hispanics do that all the time. I can't believe how bad Norman got cooked. He said, "Do you think Mason is going to go on? No, he won't be on that undercard." Mason had power defense. I don't know what that meant. He said, "I got Schofield beating Mason." It's possible, but Schofield, can he make the weight? What's going on with him? That's the question. What's going on with him? He pulling out of fights. See, nobody talks about that either. The overall skill drop off from fighters in the 70s, 80s, and 2000s. It's a huge drop off. It's a huge drop off. These niggas today trash. Watch the. It's hard to watch. Excuse me. Let's see if we can fix this. Yeah, it's hard. It's actually pretty hard to watch. Let me just see. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty hard to watch. Niggas is ass. Say young bro, he even said he fought Sam Noakes fight and he shouldn't have. At least he knows this was. They always say some shit. Yeah, I fought this fight and like, nah, nigga, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. You had all that reach advantage over that man. Being a smart fighter is the best fighter, damn near. And I just, like I said before, he left a lot to be desired. He almost fucking lost. He fought in the UK, he would have lost that fight. Let's keep it a bean. Daddy Turkey saved him. Because if that fight was going up, that purse bid was going to be won. Daddy Turkey saved him. Use a fucking jab. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. You jab, motherfucker, jab. You that fucking big. That shit is just a pet peeve of mine. I ain't trying to hear that after the fact. If you lost, oh, man, I should have jabbed. Nah, nigga, jab. You too fucking big not to jab. Shout out to S Speak KC. Hey, shout out to you. He said, yep, these young fighters don't like to stay in shape between fights. Either old school mentality was you stay in shape year round, condition year round. That's what they sign up for. And that's across the board in like basketball and football too. Football is a little difficult. You kind of can't blame them, the physicality of it. But, you know, you're right. And then once you fight one, I mean, when you was an old school fighter, you fight four or 5 times a year. So naturally you staying in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fighting. So you're not sparring as much, but you're just going from one camp, a little vacation to another camp. Now these dudes fight once a year. They may not fight for 18 months. So it's hard to get into camp and then strategize and then work on something. Then everybody don't watch fucking tape. Everybody don't watch tape now. Everybody just a fucking carbon copy of Floyd Mayweather. He said that fight was fire. I think he should have go on a title defense run before unifying. We all don't take nothing. When you a champion, ain't no, oh, you should go take this tune up and take this, man, nigga, you got a title. You should be looking to unify expeditiously. Flat up. Don't fight for a title if you ain't ready. You know, that's why I'm a really advocate of one belt. I'm an advocate of one belt. All these fucking belts got y'all thinking niggas is Hall of Famers. Even the Floyd era. Like, what was it? 04 they recognized the WB. Too many fucking belts. He beat this many world champions. How many fucking top fighters you beat? Everybody a fucking champion. You know, Abdullah Mason is not the best 135 pounder. We don't know who the best 35 pounder is. It's 4 different fucking champions, whatever it is. When you champion, you basically saying you can take all. Exactly. That's why I don't like the 4 belt shit. They got niggas thinking that they champions when you just holding the title, my G. You can't be saying he too young. Yeah, when you got a belt, you gotta be suited and booted. Everybody ride for their own except for black at all. At facts. I mean, it's the same thing as starting a business. When you start a business, everybody that fuck with you gonna be people that you don't know. That's why I don't be telling people about ventures and then when you start telling people about, especially you talk finances to black people, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it until you build it. Oh, why you saying that? They don't want to hear nothing about finances. They want to trauma bond about the white man keeping them down, the struggles and all. Nobody want to talk about businesses and you know, most people don't even know the benefit of having credit. We had Devin Haney come on. He came on and did the video. So I don't even know what my credit is. Just niggas is lost, man. I'm just telling y'all, black people is lost. Black people lost, man. We worry about the small things. You know what I'm saying? You know, what color the Pacers player. I'm gonna do a video on that. They didn't waste no. Who cares? You know, we draw the line at coonism as far as like who you dating and shit, man. Nah, man. Where's your fucking, you know, your alliance to your people? He said, if I'm fighting anybody on Golden Boy, I want to be 360. Well, Vada 365, I'm not gonna get it, but yeah, you're right. He said, this Javier Logan, while YouTube changed my shit, I gotta update it. Oh, got that long ass name. Shout out to Javier. So also, I'm gonna keep it a being Benavidez. I think he's on a super serum, allegedly. I mean, we've been talking about that all last week. I'm only mentioning it because of Floyd Schofield. He said Golden Boy fighters start pulling out of fights. He said, I was watching your video. I think David is overrated as soon as he fights someone his size. I mean, he might not fight nobody his size to like cruiserweight or heavyweight. He said, just found out about my channel and already, bro, should do it this way. Nigga, let me listen to your brother, bro. Listen to your brother. He knows what's best for you. We should just put a Jamaican, all wear Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican boxing fan. Wait for the next Nicholas Waters fight, nigga. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let's switch lanes. What we gonna talk about? Oh yeah, we talking about David Benavidez. Y'all bringing it up. He beat up Anthony Yarde. I mean, that nigga was walking through Anthony Yarde punches like he was nothing. He was walking through Yarde punches, man. And it didn't look like Yarde was punching hard. So I don't know if Yarde, he faded. Did the better BF fight take something out of him? I don't know what it was, but Yarde was hitting him with some good shots. And to us, the shots didn't seem hard at all. You know, it seemed like he was sticking them. And, you know, Benavidez was walking through his punches. You know, Benavidez was, you know, I saw you in him. Walking through the rain, we were holding hands, and now don't touch that coat. You know, he was just walking through Yarde shit. Like Yarde was hitting him to the body. He was walking through. Yarde was sticking him with a hard right hand. He was walking through like it was raindrops. You know, he was walking through his shit like this dude was just throwing punches, not getting tired, walking through shit, man. Man, like I said before, Flame On said it about Jaime. Flame On said it about Jaime. When Jaime was fighting, who the fuck was Jaime fighting? When he said Jaime on that shit in the Discord, who was Munguia fighting? Damn, let me see who the fuck he was fighting when he said that shit. Was it? I think it might have been Derevchenko. I mean, isn't it? He was fighting on fumes, nigga, but he still was. I think it might have been Derevchenko. I could be wrong about that. I think it was the Derevchenko fight. That motherfucker Munguia was like straight, like he was like throwing 1,000 punches. That shit was crazy. It was that French dude. Was it the French dude? What was his name? Hold on. I can't remember what that is. Yeah, because that French dude damn near beat. I don't know what the dude's name. It wasn't Torian, one Camille Zamata, Demetrius Ballard. Damn, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Man, whoever that motherfucker fight, that motherfucker was on fumes. I can't remember who the dude was, but Bruno. Hold on. Bruno. I don't see no Bruno. I don't see no Bruno. Oh, Bruno. So no, it wasn't him. It was way before that fight. He got popped for that fight, but we was talking about another fight. I think it was the Derevchenko fight. That motherfucker wasn't even taking a deep breath. But yeah, back to Yarde and David. I mean, shit, Yarde was trying to throw some shit, and he was catching David, and David wasn't even flinching. He was walking through his shit, nigga, throwing 1,000 punches, not getting tired. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know if they drug tested or whatever, but Benavidez was just walking through him. He wasn't taking a deep breath. He was throwing a 10 punch with a biscuit, 10 combos, 2 biscuits, three fucking Hawaiian punches, you know, a pack of honey. I mean, you know, Yarde seemed to be a strong dude, man. And he just walking Yarde, pushing Yarde back. I mean, throwing punches with no regard for human life, taking punishment. Like, honestly, bro, this dude is a machine, bro. I don't think he can be hurt at light heavyweight. Did y'all see how strong he looked? This dude looks strong. All that speed, all that punching power, like he just don't get tired. He don't get tired. I've never seen this motherfucker tired since that old buddy dropped him, Ronald Garville. Since he got dropped, he just walking through, got boop, 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 boop. And Yarde would hit him, and he wouldn't even like flinch. Yarde would hit him, he would just take the shot and hit Yarde. He hit Yarde with a left hook, nigga. We heard that shit from Alaska. You know what I'm saying? He hit him with a left hook. It sounded like a gunshot. He shot like a gunshot, bro. Like it was in a corner. And then I think they stopped. I think this the punch. Then they stopped the fight. This dude didn't have a scratch on him. Nothing. This dude was a machine, bro. Walking through punches. Boop, 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 boop. Throwing punches. Not even getting tired, bro. Not even getting tired. Shit crazy to me, bro. I don't know if they tested or whatever, but man, he was just on one that night, bro. I don't think he could be hurt. Honestly, bro. That dude, man, Benavidez was just he was just a monster, bro. He was a monster. He was a monster. So honestly, I don't know how you can stop him, bro. Maybe you should call them bodybuilders up and get some shit from them, even the playing field out. I ain't gonna say that. People's gonna take that wrong. Nigga's a fucking monster, bro. He was just walking through yard shots like he was nothing, bro. Nigga's a tank, a Humvee. So the thing is, people were mad at him for not for not fighting the Beevil. His whole thing was, I gave Beevil an opportunity for this fight. He didn't want it. I mean, first and foremost, nobody wanted to see that fucking fight. People wanted to see Beevil and Better BF 3. That's what people wanted to see. First and foremost, that's what people wanted to see. Nobody wanted to see Benavidez versus nobody until Beevil and Better BF shot their trilogy. That's it. Right? This fight had been talked about the last couple of weeks. De La Hoya said they was trying to get it done. Apparently Benavidez, I believe, said it was Cinco de Mayo. I don't care about Gilberto Ramirez. I don't care about the Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez fight. Who really cares, right? But hold on.
Fight Beevil for this fight. I was the number one contender.
Literally everybody wants to fucking call while you live. So hold on. I'll play that in a minute. He said Jai will stop him. I've never seen Jai Tapa really fight. Said Better BF just called David Benavidez. I seen that. How can we gauge how good David is if he doesn't fight anybody? I mean, look what he did.
To fight for the WBC title. That's why I have the WBC title. So I wanted to fight Beevil for this fight. I was the number one contender to fight for the WBC title. That's why I have the WBC title, because he relinquished it and he didn't. He wasn't ready to fight. But that's the fight that I've been wanting to get. I want to make my dreams come true, but becoming a unified world champion. And I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know. He said that he wanted to take the fight with Better BF again, and then they said that he had surgery. So I mean, I really don't know what's going on over there. And I don't want to wait for nobody anymore. I waited for Canelo. That fight never happened. Now I'm waiting for Bivol. That fight's not happening. So I want to achieve greatness, and I have an opportunity to go up to fight for 2 titles at cruiserweight. And I said, let's get it. So we're gonna go up there. We're gonna fight through the.
So basically, his way of not fighting David Benavidez, not fighting Arthur Better BF, is because he want to be unified champion. He want to go chase titles. That's it. So that's his way of ducking Better BF. He wants to go get titles. So Ramirez has 2 titles. Jaio Tapia only has 1 title. So Badu Jack has a title. So I didn't know that. Now nobody pays attention to cruiserweight but lames. I'm joking. Look at y'all. Fuck you. But so yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't care. I mean, the Gilberto Ramirez having 2 titles says a lot about Jaio Tapa, and it says a lot about this division, because he is a single pack of ass. He's a single pack of Kate Upton flat ass. All right. But I mean, so be it, man. Shout out to him. I don't care. If you don't want to fight Better BF, I don't blame him. Age him out some, go chase titles, wait around for Beevil. I mean, of course they're gonna give him a pass. But when dudes move the way he moved, you know what I'm saying? Like, he took 3 fights at light heavyweight, right? I think he had 3 fights. He fought brother Goldsvik. He fought brother David Morrell. Then I think he fought this fight. And then, you all of a sudden you want to shake the spot. Why shouldn't you? All right, Beevil don't want to fight Better BF. Let me take on Better BF. Everybody think he beat Beevil last time. Most people, but guess what? This is how they moving. They ain't gonna hold him accountable. Like I said before, they ain't gonna say, oh, why you ducking this? Why you doing this? It's all about Beevil, because Beevil got the titles. So he can hide behind the fact that I'm gonna jump up, fight for 2 titles. He won't commit to probably fight Jaio Tapa. He might commit to fight, Badu Jack. But guess what? What if he move back down? He's like, I can't get back down and wait. I'm gonna stay at cruiserweight. Maybe he do that, but I ain't never seen nobody trying to fight to get to cruiserweight. I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen nobody just so anxious to get to cruiserweight. I just never seen it. So that should tell you everything you need to know about David Benavidez. First motherfucker anxious to get the cruiserweight. You know, when he, you know, like I said, I don't think the Bevel fight or Better BF fight really put him in superstar mode. I just don't think he's capable of being a superstar in boxing. He, you know, light heavyweight division, it don't have enough ponies in that show to do that. The cruiserweight division don't nobody give a fuck. If he got to go to heavyweight to be a star. Benavidez won't be a star unless some superstar fighter come up and help him out, and that's just a fact. Him beating Bevel and Better BF, they don't really have no name in the game. That's why the Canelo fight was so important. That's why that fight was so important. So he ain't gonna be no star. David ain't gonna answer Turkey phone now that the Russian monster called him out. And all of a sudden, he did a backdoor deal, or maybe they knew about it. He did a deal with Oscar De La Hoya. So that lets you know everything you need to know. Him doing a deal with De La Hoya, like, come on, man, over Turkey. Come on. Yarde was big for no reason. Could be on the same thing Parker was on. Jayo Tapa, nobody goes to his body, but I agree with you. He said David had that man contemplating retirement because motherfucker had an unfair advantage, in my opinion. Dave Canelo don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance with David Benavidez. We all see what's going on here. I know how to stop him, get a flux capacitor, and go back in time. And Roy Jet, man, this nigga, man, I'm telling y'all, man, look at him, bro. This motherfucker don't get tired, man. It's the combinations of his attributes, hand speed, abnormally such a big dude, IQ, ring killer. He'll kill someone if they don't stop him. Man, please, that nigga don't get tired, bro. Y'all don't see what y'all see, nigga. He don't get tired. This motherfucker don't even sweat. Better be getting him age. I'd rather see him fight Benavidez. Benavidez gonna age him. I'll be telling y'all these niggas be moving, bro. Bevel age Better BF out, and so did he. I think he'd be Better BF, the version I saw tonight. You know, but like I said before, you know, motherfuckers want to, you know, make their great escape to crew. Now the nigga in history has been dying to get the cruiserweight. It's not a real division. He said he's making it seem like Bevel ducking him. Well, shit, Bevel ducked Better BF for years. Y'all gave him a pass. Y'all just give people passes based on the fighter that they is being ducked. It all depends on it. He said, my thing is, if we go back, Benavidez talking about Zerto back during the Morale fight, so I don't know what the F going on. And Bevel, man, Bevel been moving funny. That's a separate convo. Hey, been moving funny. I've been telling y'all, man. It is. He aged Better BF about all them years. Nobody said nothing. It's not true. It's a rumor about Better BF. And Bevel said they are moving up. So, baby, Benavidez in a situation nobody. No, I ain't heard that rumor. Nigga. Better be. That's a fucking lie. If Benavidez go to cruiserweight, he's not making the 75 cut ever again. I'm willing to bet everything on that. He's not making that cut back down. I mean, shit. He said that's almost 30 pounds. Yeah. What is it? 199 is the limit? Oh my God, bro. Why do everybody want to call me? Give me a minute, dog.
Mac, you understand me? P-Mac Corleone alias, you understand me? From the door to the north. Yes, sir. Chicago to Fresno, sums up my motherfucking macaroni life.
Hey, man, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long you been in the game? Is that your claim to fame?
Oh, 78, I had my first home. I was 18.
Yeah, man.
I remember Chicago Ricky took me over down Magic Juan's house for
right.
his birthday party. Yeah, I was turned on ever since. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what they say about the game. You said it got to be in you. It can't be on.
Can't be on.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, Vinny Mac, I got a live exclusive players. I told you I'm going to bring something fresh to death. But I finally got a real true one in the building, man. Chicago finest, I'm talking about.
Believe that.
Yeah, he went back. You understand what I'm saying? And don't forget to put the Mac on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You might as well say Herman if you don't say Mac.
Yeah, believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Pee-wee, tell me about some of your experiences in this game.
Hey, man, the up and down of the game, that's what turns me on.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, you know, this shit could turn around overnight, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got some hard times, man, and it take a tough motherfucker to go through these motherfucking bitches.
That's Kobe on the right.
It take a tough motherfucker to be simping over these bitches. You know, I'm King Simp. Jamaicans, all we do is simp. Jamaican simping me happy, my brother. Blum blah clock.
I told her I threw boom clock on the first night, even on her red light. Blum clock. Simp making this shit, man. You know, New York nigga. What to the mother, son? No, I was clapping my baby mother's cheek, son. Matter of fact, shout out to baby mama boy, man. Play one of Blues Bomb.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking
right?
No, I'm good. You sure? Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
I ain't looking at her. That's how New York niggas get down. They get pressed. I ain't looking at her. I don't even like girls. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't looking at her. How New York niggas get down when they get pressed? I can tell you who's snitching. I'm a snitch. I know.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
That be Kobe. Don't be staring and shit in my don't be staring at my girl. She got 10 baby daddies already. I'm trying to be the 11th, nigga. Don't be staring at my girl, son. I roll up on you, son. Yeah. I seen your baby mother flowers. Turkey seeping through that Haney and Bam fight. Hey, Bam was getting busy. He said, nigga, I'm a pimp. Now I said, man, nigga ain't pimp shit in your life, nigga. Nigga ain't pimp shit in his life, nigga. Nigga can't even smell pimp without the simp. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. I'm a pimp. Nigga, how you pimping in overalls? I ain't never seen a pimp in overalls and Timbs. Nigga look like an extra in an SWV. We just kicking it video. Let me stop. I'm on the roll. Just one of them days. When New York niggas take off their Timbs and shit, man, gotta put them shits on them fucking porch or put them on their little awnings. What you call them little shits? They balconies. Bitches smell like hot Cheetos and Frito mix. Smell like that Munchies mix they got with the Fritos and the pretzels and shit in there. Niggas don't be having no socks on. Yeah, they stole my socks off the clothesline. Word to the mother, son. When I catch Dirty Joe, son, I'm gonna beat his ass, son. I gotta go to the fucking bodega to get some socks, son. Yeah, son. I'm out of socks, son. The Walmart too far away, son. Yeah, my Tim's stinking, son. I got some Dr. Scholl's, son. Yeah, my beefs and broccoli, son. Come on, son. They stink. They smell like old beef and broccoli, kid. Word to the mother. Word to your mother. Hey, I wanted to say that shit on Mother's Day in fucking New York. Word to the mother. Word to your mother. Happy Mother's Day. Word to the mother. You fucking Trimboli? Yeah, I want a Stromboli now. Word to the mother. Oh, give me a chopped cheese. Word to your mother, son. Get your mother a chopped cheese, son. Suck my dick, kid. No fighting words in New York. Nigga, baby Obama, I wasn't looking at her. I promise. I wasn't looking at her. I promise you. What's a nigga whoop? I'm like, man, nigga, you get the fuck out of my face, nigga. Like, fucking pussy patrol police, nigga. The fuck, nigga, patrolling pussy, nigga. Niggas be so insecure. I can say that because I'm a man. But yeah, you know, Benavidez want to duck. Allow him to duck. I don't care. I ain't paying for it. And you got what's the dude's name? That's the manager for David Benavidez. What's his name? Rick Mager or Mick Maggot? Mick Jagger? What's the dude's name? Talking about, yeah, we can do better BF and we can do better BF and not much saying Benavidez and Ramirez, and then we can do Ortiz and Ennis on the same card for $103. Nigga, I wouldn't pay $3. I wouldn't pay $3. I wouldn't pay $3. The Duck Fest. You know, better BF is fucking that better BF is ducking he fucking ducking, I'm not better BF, but Benavidez ducking better BF and Bevel. What's the other dude's name? Gilberto Ramirez, ducking Jayo Tapa. Shit is crazy. And it's ducking everybody and Boots ducking everybody. Shit is wild, bro. You gonna pay $103 for a duck fest? You can keep it. I'm not even sure I want to see that shit no more. I damn sure don't give a fuck about Ramirez and David Benavidez. I don't give a fuck about that fight. You know, so the zone really is pro boxing. If Virgil Ortiz don't fight in his next, they should shelf him. They should shelf him. They should shelf him flat out. But they won't. They won't. They won't. So, I mean, honestly, that's just what it should be. If the zone really want to put their pimp hand down, if dudes don't want to, in boxing in general, like it ain't too many places where you can go make your own money in boxing at. If these dudes don't want to sit there and they don't want to fight nobody, shelf them. Where else they gonna go? Especially if they got a network contract. You don't fight who we want to say fight, cut that pay or don't give them a fight at all. It's as simple as that. So I don't understand why it's so hard for them to want to accomplish that. Why do they feel like they got to give these fighters the autonomy of a decision? They don't deserve a decision. Am I wrong? They don't deserve a decision because I don't feel like they even turning a profit in a lot of these fights. So I feel like where the fighters have all the leverage at. But I don't see the business end of it. So if the zone allow Virgil Ortiz to fight anybody but Boots next, or Boots, Fondor, Mazaliev, or some fight that's on that level or higher, those fights, I mean, you know what it is. They was quick to cut ties and fuck with Devin Haney. They was quick to cut ties and not fuck with Demetrius Andrade. And when you see the board of people that they dealing with, you would understand. You would understand. You would understand. So, ultimately, Turkey ain't gonna force Benavidez to do what he got to do, will he? He ain't gonna force Benavidez to sit in there and fight Better BF and fight Bivol. They ain't forcing nobody to do shit. He knew this whole duck move he was doing. That's why I don't respect these dudes, man. Because you can't sit here and call a fighter a duck and talk about all that shit about Canelo, and you pull the fuck nigga move too. You ain't no different than he is. The difference is you're on the wrong side with Canelo Alvarez. You on the wrong side of the hustle. Now you on the right side of the hustle, and it's your turn to practice what you preach and what you do. You pull the same shit Canelo did. You the same motherfucker, bro. It ain't saying like, okay, Bud didn't fight. Let's just say Bud never offered Boots or Virgil Ortiz. Let's say that. Let's say it. And Bud won the title, was like, fuck that nigga, I'm out of here. You don't deserve it. You can make a case and still be like, Boots ain't did shit. Who did he fight and all that, right? But, Boots wasn't qualified. But let's just say, Bud decided to, walk away. That's not the same situation. Bud is an established fighter. David Benavidez, what is he established at? You look at Better BF and Bivol, they bring stuff to the table. They might not make you a superstar, but it adds to the legacy. Undisputed. You beat the boogeyman. I mean, Chad Dawson did that. Chad Dawson packed all them old niggas up. Thomas Adamek, Glenn Johnson. He did what Benavidez should be doing right now. It's cleaning all them old niggas up. Yeah, did he run into a tough fight with John Pascal? Which, you know, he should have won that fight had he used the fucking jab and had a little bit of more toughness. Had Chad Dawson been tough, it's something about them fucking New England niggas. Them niggas up there by the hamster head, whatever you call that, the head of the United States. Those niggas is weird. They just seem like God just is like, I'm gonna make them niggas up there without a backbone. Like, something about them niggas, man, black people that come from up there as far as fighting, bro. I don't know what it is. I know Brad had cracked their whip and make them niggas go pick cotton again, but Jesus Christ. Something about them. But that is not, you know, that's what Benavidez should be doing. But these niggas will sit here and say, oh, this nigga ducking me. He doing, but then again, when it come their time to shine, to take the initiative and do this, man, motherfuckers be gone. Then mention better BF. I'm gonna go fight Gilbert Thurman. Okay, if you're gonna go up there, why don't you fight the mother? Make sure you commit to fighting Jai Otapa then. Go make sure you commit to fighting him. And I guarantee you, he don't plan on coming back down. I agree, he ain't coming back down, and so be it. PBC fighters, no matter the race, creed, color, religion, the region they come from, all them niggas is the same. If it's not named really Arslan Lar, all them niggas is the same, bro. All them PBC fighters are the same. You can't say pussy without saying PBC. That's just what it is. They very choosy and selective who they gonna fight, whether if they on the same side of the street or on the other side of the fucking train tracks. These niggas just, they pussies. They ain't gonna shoot the fade with you. They ain't gonna shoot the fair one with you. They gonna jump you. They gonna take the coward's way out. It's just what it is, bro. It's the same player over and over again. PBC don't align with boxing, bro. It's an entertainment business. These motherfuckers is cowards. They want to say, oh, this person ducking me, and we seen over the years what it really, I mean, a white boy slapped the shit out of a nigga. And a nigga apologized to him and said, I want a model for you, massa. That should tell you everything you need to know about PBC right now. He slapped the GB Sabizis out of Jamal Charlo, and he, I won't wear your clothes, massa. I'm sorry, massa. I love you, massa. I love my, that should let you know everything you need to know. When a white boy slapped the shit out of you like that, and you apologize to him like you fucking Amelia Baker in 1980s, and you apologize to him, and you don't really want to get your leg back, you submissive to Wigga Plant. I'll let you know everything you need to know about an individual, bro. That's the PBC fighter. If I had to be that one picture that's indicative, or one situation that's indicative of them, that's it. Arslan Lara is a outlier. You know what I'm saying? You know, he is an anomaly. The rest of them hoe ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how they moving. And there's a lot of things behind the scenes which I'll talk about in coming days, some things you may not know. But that's how they moving, bro. If they don't come in pussy, they get gentrified into being pussies by Al. Fulton. Lara and Fulton. Adama's really a top rank fighter. You know, he joined PBC, but Lara and Fulton, I mean, it might be a couple other ones I could think of. You know, I mean, like homegrown PBC fighters. Not Pacquiao, Canelo, Adamas. Like Fulton they had to reprimand fucking or condemn Fulton for taking $5 million allegedly, or $3 or $5 million for fighting Anayu Inoue. He had to get punished for wanting to go be great and make a bunch of money. That he glad he took, because they would never been able to pay him that amount of money. He got punished for that, bro. Some people believe Gary Russell got punished for fighting Lomachenko, for wanting to prove that he the best and prove that he great. Some people believe his career got derailed and he got punished for that. I don't have no proof, but some people feel like he got punished for that. But let's talk about Dev and Brian. I almost forgot to talk about this. We was just having a good situation. Gary Russell, fuck no. Hell no. That nigga fought more bums than any PBC fighter combined. Fuck no. That nigga fought 20 bums to start his career, respectfully. They got, then he got beat on by Lomachenko, blamed the fucking scale. And then proceeded. He fought some solid guys after that, but he didn't fight Valdez. Prices, what was the other brother name that was talking cash shit about him? Was Josh Warrington. Then Leo said he was out pricing himself. I got that confirmed from behind him. This nigga didn't want to fight nobody. Pump fake with Devin, pump fake with Tevin. I mean, shit, I'm ready. Come on, get out of here, man. 901, man. Shout out to Memphis. It's 902 now. I don't know what area code that is. Like, get out of here. Gary Anton Russell, he about to lose. I hope that hoe gets stopped. Me and Hitchison both. Hitchison need to go over to Haiti and defend this Haiti country because the white boys are trying to take over Haiti. Y'all see that story? Them 2 Texas white boys conspired allegedly to go over to Haiti, to a small island in Haiti and take it over. Crazy. Well, Benavidez just Benavidez just ducked better BF and Bevel. Well, Bevel ducking everybody. But the BF, you fight me. Benavidez said, hell no, I'm gonna fight Gilberto Ramirez. I'm gonna make $2 off pay-per-view. That motherfucker, you know Benavidez was souped up like a SS Impala, 96 SS Impala. I want to see the blood work. Let's talk about Devin Haney. He proved a lot of people wrong. His last 2 performances was pretty horrendous. The one versus Jose Ramirez, I just believe that was the simple fact that he was trying to secure the bag for the Ryan Garcia fight. I think that's what it was. They didn't want to lose the money, and the Haneys are capitalists. That's it. They move for money. So when you got allegedly a 3-fight deal for $36 million, they probably was willing to fight anybody for that amount of money. That's a lot of money. Whether it was, Boots Ennis, they just moving for the bread. They can dress it up as legacy, but it's for the money. They capitalists. They about making money. If legacy come across the way, they want big fights because big fights bring big money. Nobody else moving like that. Everybody else moving as far as let me nickel and dime it. Let me get a whole brick and bust it down the fucking half tracks, the 8 balls, to some niggas trying to nickel and dime the whole brick. That's just what it is. They like money. They willing to take risks. They willing to take whatever risk. If the money right, they there that night. And that's just what it was. Norman got over there too late. I told Kobe. The Haneys got over there 20 days before. I think he said November 2nd. So damn near a month. I told Kobe a month. Like, come on, you got to get acclimated to that. You showing up a week or 2 weeks, 3 days ain't enough. 2 weeks ain't enough. You really need at least 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks to get somewhere in that type of time difference. Somewhere you never been at, somewhere you never ate the food, drank, nothing. At least that gives you a window to get acclimated to the food, the water, the drink, the atmosphere, the air. It's a different season over there. The flight is long. That's going to take about 2 or 3 days away from you. So really, you should have been over there about 3 to 4 weeks before, like the Haneys. And they have been over there a bunch of times. So ultimately, Brian Norman Jr., he got hurt early, and that was it. As simple as that to sum that fight up. He was hurt early, So I think the speed is what threw him off early on. When you're a smaller fighter coming up in weight, the speed is the speed and skill is the key. The bigger the fighter, theoretically, the less skilled they are. You have outliers like, you have your outliers, Hagler, Hearns. I mean, depends what weight class you're talking about. Muhammad Ali. You had, skillful, but most likely, most of the guys you move up, the smaller guys, more skilled, more coordinated. Every once in a while, you get a Roy Jones. Every once in a while, you get one of these, truly athletic fighters, David Benavidez, that, can move up. But for the most part, most guys you move up with, you beat them with skill. You beat them with speed. And, once he hurt them, speed, power, skill, feints, it was over with. Brian Norman, he tried to switch it up to a 2-1. He's more of a sparring guy. He's one of those guys that shine in sparring. Even when you walking down to Devin Haney, you got to throw the jab. The speed was just too much. That's just what it was. When the speed was too much in the first round, You like, okay, at some point the speed is going to drop off. Then the power, when the power came in, the speed was power, and that was it. Devin Haney was too coordinated. And then Norman didn't even force him to be creative. Shout out to Brandon Clark, Stockson's Passports. Great channel for many years. Much respect. Appreciate it, bro. In the super chat. But yeah, once, I mean, Devin Haney just didn't get creative. Was it some rifle critiques from people about kind of him not going for the kill? I mean, I heard Richardson Hitchison talking about why he ain't beating him up. Nigga, you was fighting what's that Paro? You ain't beat Paro up. They fight scary these days. I was hearing a clip where Floyd was telling Devin Haney, take less punishment. You can't join a sport that's a contact sport and talking about let's take less punishment. Nah. The punishment is what come with the sport. A lot of these guys then lost fights or had competitive fights or did overtime in fights because they didn't take chances, bro. You got to take chances. A lot of these guys throwing punches and they defending before they throw the punch, before the punch even has a determining factor. No, these dudes are throwing punches and they are on the defense. It ain't no longevity or no legacy. Your longevity gonna be what it's gonna be. Sugar Ray Robinson had over 100 fucking fights. What are we talking about? Canelo got almost 70 fights. What are we talking about? Nickel and the diamond, your body is your body. The more that you fight, the less you have to spar. The better that you get with repetition, the less fat camps you got. It doesn't work theoretically like y'all believe it works. It doesn't work that way. You are here. It's a gladiator sport. You're here to entertain. If you don't entertain, that's a problem. A lot of times it's the knockout is there and they don't take the chances. They throwing punches and they moving before they land the punch. There's a offensive deficiency in boxing today. I mean, Benavidez is a fresh of breath air because he throw punches, but for every Benavidez, it just seemed like you got a whole bunch of guys that don't commit to throwing punches. It's too many of this unfan friendly fighters, bro. He should have packed Norman the fuck up. I'm just being real. There's no creativity in his punch variety. I'm just being, and I love Devin. Where's an uppercut? Where's some work to the body? We're 3 or 4 or 5 punches. Floyd Senior trained him to throw punches. That's when you know you the shit. Is when you can throw punches and they can't touch you. Pacquiao made a living off of that. His feints and throwing combinations and turning guys. At some point, it's a time to be defensive, but then it's a time in the fight where you got to turn that shit up. People paying money, people paying attention, people paying time. So it comes to the point where you got a guy in front of you, get him the fuck out of there. Why keep him in front of you? You seeing a lot of that today. No chance, no risk, no chances. We just gonna stick to the base. He stuck to the basic 1, the basic check hook, 3, maybe a 2 here and there, but it was a lot of opportunity in there. A lot of people was right. He left some meat on that fucking bone. A lot of it. But it's just not a Devin thing. I get it. You moving away fight. You see this all the time. It makes you appreciate the better BABs. It makes you appreciate the David Benavidez's. It makes you appreciate the Deontay Wilders. I mean, even a guy like Alexander Usyk. Say what you want to say. He takes chances. These guys make you love Bud Crawford. Bud see an opportunity, he going for the kill. Bud create the opportunities and he exploit the opportunities. Too many of these guys is just trying to be Floyd. Floyd at their age was taking punishment. Floyd's walking out of fights with bloody noses, and I ain't saying that's what you should do, but he was excited. His fan base was filled on his excitement. His legs, his angles, his right hand, his left hook when his hands was good. People see him when his hands start breaking down, his body start breaking down, and they mimic that version of him. You need to be throwing I seen Devin throw combinations before. And I get it, it's a 12-round fight. You gotta, but like I said before, and I watch him, Hitchens, Shakur, and I just think Shakur has a punch deficiency, but he tried. Even Keyshawn Davis, I don't feel like he throw the amount of punches that he should. This is just my observation. It's just seem like it's been a nice running guys who don't throw no punches. The lower weight classes, they supposed to throw punches. And I feel like the opportunities be there. Say what you want to say about Gary Russell Jr., they throw punches. Both them motherfuckers throw punches. Say what you say about Leo Santa Cruz, he throw punches. You know? Say what you want to say about Paulie, he had to throw punches. He threw punches. You know? Say what you say about Jamil Charlo, he throw punches with bad intentions. Jamal throw punches with bad intentions. At least if you're going to not throw punches, throw with bad intentions. That's my whole thing. You know, you letting guys hang around that shouldn't be there. I mean, you should have seen an uppercut. You should have seen an uppercut to the solar plex. You should have seen more body work. But that's just me critiquing, and it's being objective. For Brian Norman Jr., he tried to do a 2-1. He was a little bit too stiff and all that type of stuff. And I just felt like I started to see he kind of was a little bit too confident. His dad was talking too much for my liking. His dad was talking too much. Why are you talking that much? Just work. They should have been working on the jab, working on body work. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, for the most part, they seem like they came in this bitch butt booty naked. You know, no long johns on, no t-shirt and panties on, no nothing. They came in butt naked. What was they working on? He was holding more than Devin Haney was. Truth be told, he was holding more than Haney was. You knew he wanted to come in jab. The first mission should be took away the jab. We know he's going to want to throw a jab or two in a check hook. We knew that. We knew that. You ain't going to get an uppercut. You wasn't going to get a overhand right. You really wasn't going to get much of those. He threw a couple of them, real body work. His daddy should have had him throwing that jab to the chest, you know, punching under Devin Haney heart, putting Devin Haney on the ropes, and working on keeping that separation and working that body. They should have been, once again, working on that jab. He came in ass naked, ill prepared. No real head movement. Looking to just land that left hook, and Devin Haney rolled it, caught it a couple times. He had Devin one good time on the ropes, and Devin's shoulders kind of shrugged up. And then, you know, it didn't do much. He rolled right back out and continued to work again. But, you know, what I'm saying, the entertainment value is gone. You get these upper echelon fights, you know, you see an opportunity for a guy to really exploit it in the night. And they don't exploit it in the night because they trying to protect the bag. I get it. But Pryors and Haglers and Hearns and Leonards and Munzones, you know what I'm saying, and David Tours and Evander Holyfield and Michael Moores and George Foremans and, you know what I'm saying, Johnny Tapias. I mean, you can go on and on. A lot of these guys, they took the chance. Pacquiao, Morales. Shit, Morales turned southpaw when he fought Pacquiao just to prove a point. It's also entertainment. You know, and if you're looking at it, it's a lot of American fighters that's starting not to have an entertainment business. It's not starting entertaining. You know. But yeah. You know, it's funny how people don't notice Floyd Senior trained them motherfuckers to throw combinations. That's what he trained on. Floyd Senior's the one that teach them to throw punches. And, you know, like I said before, I expected more out of Dev in his performance, honestly. You know, now that I see it, I respect it. I feel like he left some meat on the bone. But you know, for Norman, he probably get dropped by Top Rank pretty soon. He done. No disrespect to him, but I don't. And it's a weak division. When the bully get hurt like that, that's what it was. When he got hurt, you know, I think the speed was fucking with him. But you probably like, okay, we can wait for the speed to drop off. But when he dropped, he hurt him before that first check left hook. He hurt him early in that round with a check left hook. And Norman never got his legs back. That's what happened. Haney hurt him way before that them two exchanges happened. He hurt him with a check left hook early in that round. It hurt his legs. Then he caught him with another check left hook, and then he followed it up with like a right hand, I believe. But Norman was hurt in the beginning of that round. So you got a guy that, you know, probably never been hurt in the actual fight. He got dropped, but never probably been hurt like that. Never seen that speed, never seen that skill. Had to deal with a broken nose, and he got dropped. So it was a lot to overcome, but he did better in the championship rounds than, and you add all that up, he did better in the championship rounds than you'd think he did. So yeah, he did better in the championship rounds than you think he did. I mean, at the end of the day, his daddy just talked too fucking much. The whole build up to his fight, his daddy was running his mouth, running his mouth, running his mouth, running his mouth the whole fucking time. They made $3 million though. So no shame. No shame. But he was counting on that left hook. He was counting on that left hook to be, that's what they was counting on. They was throwing it. And Devin Haney caught that left hook from every angle they threw it at. That's a God honest fact. He caught that left hook from every angle he threw it at. He threw it short. He threw it looping wide. He threw it from afar. He threw it from close. So ultimately, they tried to make some adjustments, try to throw a 1-2 or 2-1. They tried to do some things in there. But ultimately, the speed and the power is what the speed and the power. Appreciate you, bro, for the donation. The speed and the power, that's a slow solo dolo. Then that was it. But ultimately, I think Brian Norman Jr., I don't know if they can come back from this. So, but would his daddy put his pride aside and get somebody else in there with them and help them out? Maybe, possibly not. A lot of them old dudes, they be prideful, and and you see this with a lot of the mothers too. It's not about what's best for the child. A lot of times it's ego, it's pride. And, hopefully Brian Norman Sr. do his best for his son. That's what you can hope, that he do his best for his son. And whoever that's bringing in or allowing Ronnie Shields to come in and do his thing, or whoever they, maybe he feel like he still want to come in and be that guy. And hopefully he come in, equipped. Make the proper adjustments. But it's been a stigma about Southern fighters for a long time. Southern fighters has always been seen as a step behind everybody else. They always been seen slow, dumb. They always been seen that way. It's always been a stigma about them. They don't have the best gyms. They don't have the best teachers. That's just been the stigma out there about Southern fighters. That's when Roy was coming through beating everybody ass and shit like that. And, it was hurting niggas' egos. He said Norman was too slow from landing from far away. He had to shoot a jab. He had to shoot a jab. He didn't shoot the jab enough or close that gap. And I don't know what type of sparring they had, but he had close. He didn't throw many body shots neither. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand. These dudes don't throw many body shots. You getting in there with a guy that move, you'd think, hey, let's put something together to throw some body work. That's what you would think. Let's put something together to throw some body work. Nope. But ultimately it was a good fight. I think Norman Power kept everybody on the edge of their seat. I think that's what it was. Norman Power kept everybody on the edge of their seat, but ultimately, it was what it was, man. So that's all I pretty much had. Y'all got any questions? I answer them. If y'all got any questions in the chat. But yeah, Norman Power is what kept it intriguing. It's like, can Norman catch him? Can Norman land something? But it was actually Devin Haney just put it in cruise control. I felt like there was an opportunity for him to get him up out of there, and I just feel like he didn't capitalize on it. But so be it. secure the bag, secure the win. You know, had he got caught, you know, they would have been saying, so you should have just, you know, he should have just ran. He should have just used the ring. And, you know, and when you get done like what's brother name? When you get done like forget that brother's name, Oscar De La Hoya versus Trinidad, then, you know, people say, hey man, you should have fought. So you know, they got the feel for it. You know, people gonna always have something bad to say. Regardless of your performance, people gonna always have something bad to say. So, you know, Devin Haney had a great performance. I just felt like he left some meat on that bone. You know, but when you in there moving up in weight and you fighting a puncher, yeah, it was gonna be a tough one. But hey, appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.